If you love Japanese selvedge denim like I do, then this video is for you. Today, we're going to be taking a look at my most worn pair of jeans, the Sugarcane Okinawa denim jeans, and comparing them to an unworn pair to show you how selvedge, raw, and one-wash denim changes over time. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Drew. What it do? It's nice to meet you. Let's talk jeans. Again. For context, I'm about 6'3". I weigh 181-ish pounds per the scale this morning, and I wear about a 32-34 waist, and that's about the measurement of both of these jeans that I'm going to be showing you today. I picked up the original pair at Selvedge in New York in 2023, in May of 2023, and I picked up the new pair at Blue and Green in Denver, or Blue and Green Denver. For the worn pair, I've worn them about 300 times, probably give or take 300, maybe a bit more, maybe a bit less. I've washed them about 8 times. I stopped keeping track, but I know that I washed them for the first 3 times by hand, and every time after that has been in the washing machine, inside out, and then I let them air or hang dry. Starting off with the biggest difference that I think is being shown, I hope is being shown through the camera, is the color of each pair of jeans. The worn pair is this rich indigo blue color that honestly is strikingly beautiful to look at, while the unworn pair is a bit darker, almost this like midnight style of denim, and you can tell that the unworn pair has a lot of these like white spots on the pants, and these white dots are called nepp, and they are there because of how the fabric is woven. I remember when I first got these jeans, the nepp on the fabric was one of the coolest things that I'd ever seen in a pair of pants, and was one of the biggest reasons why I actually ended up picking the Sugarcane Okinawas as the jeans that I wanted to wear and like use for a long-term use. I just really like that nepp. I'm a neppy boy, I guess. But what's interesting is that as the jeans have transformed, that nepp that is apparent like very heavily or very starchily in the unworn pair has kind of disappeared in the worn pair. It's only really present in places that don't experience that much tension or friction or haven't faded that much, like the bottom, like the ankle area of the pants. Now, the coolest fades on the jeans, in my opinion, are the fades on the front of the worn pair. Just below the button fly, you have what is called whiskering taking place. This is a denim term to denote the streaks of fade lines happening from that crotch area. Next, on the left thigh of the worn pair, you have this dot, or this kind of like circle fade that's happening right below the left pocket. This is from my wallet, actually, which has a metal button clasp that sticks out from the wallet, and because I always stick my wallet in my left pocket and that little button sticks up and it rubs against the denim on the inside, it's created this very distinct fade on the jeans that are a denotation of the lifestyle, the way in which I wear and live and use my jeans. It shows how I use them because of this fade, because of how I put my wallet in my pocket. With Japanese selvedge denim, your fades will tell a story about how you wear them, how you take care of them, how you wash them, etc., etc. For example, I know people who only wear their wallet in the back pocket. So you'll see a wallet fade on the back pocket of the jeans. Sometimes you'll see ripping on the back pocket because their wallet is worn so much on that part of the pair of jeans. You can also see how the knees on both sides of the worn pair of jeans look a bit loose and worn out. And the reason why that is, and you can tell this, it becomes pretty obvious, is that fading occurs where tension or stress occurs on the pair of pants. So when I'm walking, the knees obviously flex and they move a lot as I'm taking steps. When I'm sitting, my knees are pushing against the fabric, right? So when you're walking, that kind of crotch area, that whiskering area is where the fabric is moving left and right. I'll kind of show you like this. So when you're walking, the fabric is moving back and forth, right? You can kind of imagine it as you're taking steps. And so all the areas that are moving as you're moving are the parts of the jeans that are also experiencing a lot of tension, and as a result, they'll fade up really, really cleanly if you wear them for a long time. And trust me, your boy be doing a lot of walking in New York City. English, true. Your boy does a lot of walking in New York City. Flipping the jeans over to the back of the jeans, you can see that there's a stark contrast between the worn pair and the unworn pair. It's honestly so incredible to see the difference. The seat of the jeans is where most of the back fading occurs for obvious reasons. When you sit down in a pair of jeans, the rubbing and the heat caused from that region of your body creates a pretty noteworthy fade. At least they have on my pair. I've also seen other faded pairs of jeans, and I feel like that area is faded pretty heavily for a lot of people because it rubs against a lot of things. Two interesting developments on my pair of Sugarcane Okinawas come in the form of how this back leather snakeskin patch has faded, as well as the back pocket articulate has kind of worn away. Let me get into that. When I first got these jeans, so this pair, the snakeskin patch and the back pocket articulate were two elements on this pair of pants that I just thought were really cool. Like the neck, these two elements really sold me over the top about Sugarcane Okinawas. They're not so crazy that they can't be worn day to day, but they have just small hits of something special. A snakeskin patch with red Japanese lettering. The back pocket stitches are hand stitched, and they're really, I believe they're hand stitched, but they're really cool, and they're green, so they add another interesting pop of color. Looking at the worn pair, you can see that the snakeskin patch is completely faded away, at least the red is completely faded away, and I believe that has to do with the fact that I've washed them probably as much as I have. And it's unfortunate because I was hoping to like see a little bit more red on the snakeskin patch, but you just don't see it really at all. It's only for those who know that it was there. And then talking about the back pocket stitch articulates, or like the stitching here, it's kind of like fading away in a really like almost like sci-fi kind of way. I don't know if that makes sense. It feels like these stitches are like running away from the jeans, and they feel like a post-apocalyptic like Neo-Tokyo kind of vibe. I don't know why I gave it that level of like, I humanized it to that level, but that's what I'm saying. It's like a weird post-apocalyptic jean situation going on, I guess. Last, let's look at the belt loops. It's almost like some of the belt loops are returning back to their original pre-dyed state with how much fading is going on there. I assume that like the seat of the pants, they experience a lot of friction and rubbing, but when I'm sitting and when I'm thinking about it, I don't really necessarily think that the belt loops are touching that much stuff, but the back belt loops are, like the one in the middle is definitely fading up pretty starchly. Fading your jeans is one of the most uniquely pleasurable things that you can experience within fashion. And discovering this and sharing it with you guys over the last year and a half has been kind of like one of the weirdest privileges of my life, being able to like show and share this passion with you guys about Japanese Selvedge denim, fading denim, raw denim, sanforized, unsanforized, all the things that are encompassing this world. It's cool to be able to like have this track record of, yeah, you can't take away the work I've put into these jeans. And while some people might come at me and say, you know, these jeans are not really even faded that much, they're faded to my liking, which is my story and my journey. And in your jeans, you can fade them to your story. Another thing that's interesting is that, you know, this video is about the Sugarcane Okinawas, right? Great pair of jeans. Love these jeans. Classic, straight fitting pair. They taper a little bit, but they're supposed to be a straight fitting pair of jeans. These jeans will fade and have faded very differently than other jeans may fade. Oni's jeans will fade a little bit differently. Studio de Artisans will fade a little bit differently. Full Count and Evisu, all these brands, the fabrics, the weight, the tension, the characteristics of those jeans will not fade like these jeans. And going a step beyond that, the jeans that I have, my pair of Sugarcane Okinawas, won't fade like your pair will. So there's a real personal journey and exploration that takes place the moment you decide to step into a pair of Japanese raw or one wash Selvedge jeans. It's really beautiful to like see them come to life in this way. I've said this on different occasions, but I've definitely doctored up these jeans to fit my needs. One of the things that I did is I added extra belt loops to the back of these jeans so that the jeans don't like fall down on certain parts of my waist when I'm wearing them. I've also decided to bring in the waist on these jeans, as I was a bit of a bigger person when I originally purchased this and I lost a bit of weight, so I wanted to accommodate like my new waist size for them. And you might have to do the same thing for your jeans. If you're someone who like doesn't need a 34-inch inseam, you can get these hemmed at places like Selvedge if you live in New York City, or at other tailors. They can very easily hem a pair of jeans like this. Now, one of the cool things about Selvedge Denim, about the Sugarcane Okinawas, is that they have this chain stitch on the bottom of their hem. So make sure if you go get your jeans hemmed by a non-denim specialist that they maintain that chain stitch if they can, which mine were able to. I also made it a challenge for myself to wear these jeans for 100 days straight in the Colorado heat, in the Colorado summer. And doing that made me really appreciate and understand how denim, raw, selvage, one-wash denim, sanforized, unsanforized denim, slowly begins to become softer and opens itself up to you the more you put into it. And I really like that concept, right? Like your clothes and the things that you engage with, the people that you interact with, I feel like there's a return, there's a reciprocity that you get with wearing jeans that you don't get with just having something that's perfect out the box. And there's something special about working towards getting something perfect, just like if you're in relationships with people, or if you're working in school, or if you're working on a project that's really important to you. If it all comes really easily, it's not as satisfying. And it feels very satisfying to have a pair of jeans like this become what they've become over the last year and a half. And I'm excited to see what they become over the next year and a half, right? So this is about 300 wears for me for the Sugarcane Okinawas, and we're gonna see what the next 300 looks like. We're gonna see what it looks like at 600 and 900. We're gonna see whether or not these jeans begin to like fall apart at some point, because I know that in the Selvedge denim world, you sometimes have to patch things up and you have to add a little bit more structure to areas that have a bit more wear and things of that nature. Also, you don't need a $200 pair of jeans to experience this. That's the beautiful thing about Selvedge denim. I was just at Hypebeast's office yesterday talking about a pair of Lee Heritage straight Selvedge jeans that were $80. I made an entire video, I think 3 weeks ago, talking about budget Selvedge options. So if you want jeans from $50 to $500, there's an entire list of jeans that I gave you, or I've given you, if you're interested in that, right? So I guess ultimately when it comes to Selvedge denim, Japanese denim, I feel like I'm selling it to you very hard right now, but I truly love it, and I've loved the experience that I've had with my Sugarcane Okinawas. And it's a slow burn. It is a slow burn, but it's worth it. It's worth it to take things slowly, especially when it comes to fashion. We all know that consumption and sustainability are going to become ever-present things in our world. And I feel like for myself, I'm someone who believes in the power of buying clothing that is produced ethically and sustainably. In a lot of ways, Japanese denim is that, because it's supposed to be worn over and over and over again. The cost per wear is so high because you wear these items so much that they become really, really worth it. Let's get a word in for today's sponsor, Squarespace. Are you interested in making your very own website for a brand or creative project? Squarespace offers a comprehensive amount of features to help you create the website that you've always wanted. If you want to sell your products direct to consumer, or if you want to showcase your body of work, Squarespace makes it easy to do that and more. Currently, I'm using my Squarespace website as a hub for all of my content, and as a way to direct those interested to my podcast and social media. If you need a design to help nudge you into creating your first website, this is your sign. Visit squarespace.com/DrewJoyner for 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. What else do you want to know about Selvedge denim? Let me know down in the comments, and as always, I'm spreading peace, love, and positivity in 2024. So that means I'm spreading peace, love, and positivity to you and more. Wherever you are in the world, have a wonderful rest of your day. Abianto. Peace. Yo, what is good? Post vid. Here are the fist bumps for the one time. It's been too long. Post vid. Here are the fist bumps. Bah. Here's the second one. Come on, give me a second fist bump. Bah. Thank you so much for staying to the end of the video. PVV, I'm curious, do any of you have a pair of Selvedge denim? Especially if you're someone who, I'm curious because like I talk about this stuff a lot. I'm not saying you have to have a pair of Selvedge denim, but if you do, let me know down in the comments which pair you have. If you have a pair of Sugarcanes or Lee or Levi's or whatever you may have, let me know down in the comments and hashtag PVV when you answer so that I know I see the answer. I'll see you guys very, very soon. Love y'all. Peace.